The presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump in Las Vegas and Phoenix today for big rallies. And while in Vegas, Trump doubled down on his call for a ban on Muslim immigration in the aftermath of the Orlando terror attack. With me now, Donald Trump campaign spokesperson Katrina Pierson. All right, good evening, Katrina. Donald met with the NRA once already. Is that correct?
He has, yes. There's going to be a subsequent meeting with the NRA to discuss these issues.
Okay, and where does Donald stand on this whole issue of, you know, the possibility of banning certain people from purchasing guns?
Look, Mr. Trump has been, one of the first people out of the gate talking about being able to defend yourself in this world of terror that we live in. He talks about those in Paris and those even here at home. If they had been armed, these disasters could have been, the casualties could have been decreased significantly. Mr. Trump does not want to infringe on the Second Amendment. In fact, that's why he's working with the NRA to come up with a solution to this problem when you do have someone on the terror watch list that purchases a gun. But what we've seen, Judge, in San Bernardino, this individual went to a friend to get the gun for him. So what we do know is that terrorists, if they want a weapon, they'll get a weapon. So how do we move forward so that our government isn't failing, like in the case of Orlando, in keeping Americans safe?
Look, it's a good point. I mean, straw purchasers are the biggest problem out there. Someone who goes in and buys a gun for somebody else. But, you know, it's at the very least an extra step, and, you know, it might stop some people. If it stops anybody, it's fine. But, you know, we've got these... Donald has called for a temporary ban on Muslims until we know what's going on. So when we've got someone who is on a terror watch list, Donald agrees that they should not be able to get a gun, correct?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And in this case, your opening was dead on. This is not an issue about guns. This is an issue about terrorism and our intelligence agencies, because we simply cannot have someone like this individual under investigation twice with a father who had expressed love for terrorists and running for president in Afghanistan. So surely this individual should have never been removed from the list.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. I mean, right now, there are those people who say, look, you know, if he hadn't had that gun, he couldn't have killed so many people.
Well, we don't know that for sure. That's all in hindsight and in retrospect. Again, that's why we have gang members on the street right now with illegal weapons. It's not because they're legal. It's because they go out there and get what they want to do the destruction they set out to do. The question is, how do we make sure this happens and putting due process in place, because that's what's missing today.
Well, you know what? I'm sure they could figure that out. This is not so difficult. All right, just in the last couple of weeks, Hillary Clinton, general election, real clear politics average. She's 44, he's 38. How's he going to turn it around?
He's going to keep doing what he's doing. You know, this really isn't shocking to those of us in the campaign particularly, because we expected Hillary Clinton to get a little bump after she crossed her delegate threshold. And I think now, moving forward, we're going to see more of a general election competition. We've already seen Mr. Trump out there talking about the Clinton-Obama policies of lackadaisical government involvement in terrorism at home. Look, if we can't have the FBI surveilling these people 24 hours a day because of resources, then why on earth are we giving Iran hundreds of billions of dollars? Okay. That money needs to stay home at the homeland.
All right, Katrina Pierson, thanks so much for being with us tonight.